Oh, and it's the Mermail Atlantean deck starting things off with one of the side deck cards, but he's maining one Minstrel, opening with it along with Dragoons. This is the best possible start because he takes a look at the end and look at this. No entraps, and so he's gonna, I'm assuming, ask for a lot of information. As you can see, not really familiar with the deck, it seems. But Forbidden Droplet is great news for Yamin.
I mean, this is for sure one of those decks we also saw at WCS Dortmund, which was quite unexpected. Yeah, I mean, definitely, I think it's very interesting, especially because it's, if you're not prepared to play against it, you may be get caught off guard. Yeah. But I mean, for sure here Yuri may have an advantage because he's looking at his opponent's hand, and potentially he could also go for the Mulling Glacier if he's playing it in the main deck. Yeah, really curious to see what his next move will be, because now that you know that you're up against this type of deck, how do you deal with this? No. Just want to be very careful with the choice and gets rid of the pile bunker and resolving the effect, also searching for.
And yeah, here comes the Prince. At the same time, it will be interesting to see what the end field looks like. We can assume Mulling Glacier is going to be a really, really good card that you want to go for here. Obviously, trying to snipe that Forbidden Droplet. And yeah, here comes Mulling Glacier added to the end. And accessing the Deep-Seeking Coelegant. He will now have 5 water monsters in the graveyard.
And here also comes the I mean, very, very solid opening from Yuri. I think this is definitely the this is definitely the dream starting hand you can ask for, especially because your opponent didn't have any entrap, any sort of interruption. And here with the Calicant also now have ultimates. Yeah, very nice one. Also with the Mulling Glacier now gets rid to other cards.
Do we get the Forbidden Droplet 50%? Let's see. One by one. Yamin keeping us. Oh, that's also a pretty good one. Either you want to hit both engines, that's also a really good hit. Yeah, that's if you don't hit the Droplet, getting both spells was huge.
Yeah, because now he has Droplet, which, you know, completely kind of useless. And on the other side, Yuri here, it's you know, great stuff, because I mean, Dream Hand, again, as mentioned, it's definitely one of the openers you really want to go for, the Calicant plus the Mulling Glacier. your
see.
opponent only with a forbidden droplet, another card with at the moment cannot help Yamin out.
Now again, since the deck lost the Bahamut Shark and also the Water Statue of Torrent, the end field looks quite different. Many players have decided to go for Trishulas loops, let's say, and this could be the case to just get rid of yet another card of Yamin, but it plays on Yuri.
Yeah, mastering the deck as we're
And here it comes, Trishulas.
another card.
Look at this end loop situation.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely the starting hand you want to go for. Let's see what he gets rid of,
Yeah.
and then I'll take it from there. Yeah,
And I mean,
that one.
at this point, that's a good way to do it. Either you hit the droplet or you hit everything else, and then the droplet becomes useless. So,
Well, you can tell Yamin it's yeah, not happy about it.
yeah. Yeah, of course, as you noticed, the timer in the first few moments was stuck. So in reality, the judges at the table have the correct timer, which is about 7 minutes ahead of ours. But I mean, we still have plenty of time.
That's what it takes to perform a whole Atlantean Mermail combo. And yeah, I think here Yamin is just witnessing how the deck performs.
Who is that?
Oh well. Good show off here from Yuri of what the deck is capable of. Okay.
Going for a second Prince. I mean, these are, of course, moments in which, if you're Yamin, as you can notice, the body language tells a lot of how he's feeling, but you need to still stay in this, I believe, since he didn't look as comfortable with the Atlanteans, just to understand in the next games where you should try to interrupt the deck, and just improvising is crucial.
No, I mean, I really feel like I mean, Yamin is just a witness in this game one. Nothing that he could have done for sure. Like, I mean, he got all of the cards he had in his hand. He just, left with the forbidden droplet. And he might have seen enough, honestly. Well,
No, he's shuffling back the banished. So
okay.
now, essentially, Yamin has only forbidden droplet left. Again, a few more moments for Yuri, who, I mean, just trying to make sure that nothing can go wrong. And it seems like he's pretty much there, but Oh, Lizardos making an appearance. And yeah, now he's gonna offer the deck because it's also without cards in hand. Everything is committed to the field. And we'll now get a precious draw because it also makes it so that we can use Abyss Shrine Engrave later on. Possibly.
Yeah, what a show off here from Yuri. And are you a bit surprised that Yamin is still not picking up his card? Because, like,
Let's see.
Of course, 37 minutes to go. It's still a lot of time, but you know.
I mean, if you draw engage, there is a hope because you can engage Droplet and then you eventually can get to free spells later on. But I think there is some merit to it. And now he's gonna ask some effects, which might mean he actually drew into something decent. Or again, if you're not super familiar, you need to deal with this Xianglong. So yeah, just some clarification again might be useful even in the upcoming games. The card Yuri drew is also quite important, by the way. And let's see. The reason it's particularly important is that you can, as mentioned, activate the Abyss Shrine, and then by doing that, you actually have a trigger for the synchro. But here, Yamin reveals the top deck, and there were definitely worse ones in the deck.
Yeah, the Cianos, the Rose. Not a bad top deck at all.
But yeah, as we can see here, we will use the Shrine, and this potentially gives us a trigger. And what a top deck this was. Absolutely insane of a draw from Yuri. Draws one card, and it's the one-off heavy infantry to turns this into a double interruption.
Oh, wow. Huh. We didn't see this one coming.
Yeah, the good thing is that triggers, so now Yamin can chain Forbidden Droplet to try, but the issue is what do you do afterwards? I think you're forced to do so. Because and yeah, good recognition here. Because again, Neptabis doesn't offer protection from Droplet as it doesn't target. I mean, here you still keep the Rose. You can go for what? Ayate, send engage, but you don't have free because of Trishula, funny enough, which sometimes it's irrelevant, but this time... Oh. Use both. Yes, no?
Yeah, you can use the Cianos from the graveyard here. The Rose is back in action. mean, overall here is also a matter of whether Yuri is familiar with that, because we mentioned one of the key advantage in such cases is how much your opponent is familiar with the deck and where to activate his interruptions. But here, it's trying. It's trying to stay in this, bringing the Hayate onto the field. Sending the engage with the Hayate.
Yeah, again, unfortunately, that's the third spell, so not quite enough at the moment. But now we can add back the engage. I mean, if you simplify the game state a lot, this could be interesting. So this is still a pretty good spot, I would say, for Yamin. Because you can get the linkage as well as an option. That's definitely something you can do, no? If you get like linkage, get the 0, you can engage again, this time for free. Or you can go for a 0 this way. Is he thinking about it, or?
I think it's just yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He goes for the Onyx drones. Yeah, I mean, you have to, because there's no...
and that's a huge draw from Yuri. Back-to-back single draws that are absolutely out of this world. But... why? So tough.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Let's take a look at the deck. It's worth mentioning that Yuri was not familiar at all with the RBs, so he probably sided not too optimally for it. And again, we see this pre-off, I believe, in the deck. Let me check real quick. Yeah, pretty sure. Pillar of the Future, Shanos. But this time it gets met by an Ash Blossom. And next to it, we have the one-off RB Cutter.
Well, here it also makes you wonder when Ash Blossom was activated from Yuri.
Yeah, again,
if he's familiar with the deck, because, like, I mean, we mentioned it. You may not, but this what will give Yamin maybe the advantage. And it's going to continue with engage as well.
Definitely pretty good end here. The sequence was quite interesting from Yamin on how he wanted to bait his opponent interruptions. Because now he needs to be careful about having a master zone. But we do see Metaverse in the end. So I really want to see this neat inclusion from Yamin. Let's see. Cutter comes back. And now we are upgrading into the Brute Blues. And yeah, as you can see, Yamin is explaining his every move to Yuri. Not at all familiar with what's going on right now. Yeah, the rest of the hand looks incredible. Not only do we already have the metaverse, we have Pot of Prosperity as well to just look for any other side deck card. And it's worth mentioning that RB Last Stand is also a card that Yamin brings in for going first after siding. And there it is. We just took a look at it.
And yeah, here Yamin is just extending it even further with the Lambda.
Yeah, this will be tough to break.
Yeah.
And I mean, if there is a card that Yuri is never in a million years going to play around, is this Summon Breaker through Metaverse.
There's no way. I mean,
So-
you even know the card, honestly. I
Yeah.
think. So. And here is the other way around. Is Yamin looking at Yuri's end this time? Yeah, I mean, there's the Pike plus Teus.
And this is also actually a super relevant information because we see that other side deck option, which is the anti-magic arrows, which is super relevant for Yamin because again it's not one of the most popular cards, which says that at the start of the battle phase, for the rest of this turn, spell and trap cards and their effected cannot be activated and you cannot respond to it at all with any card, which means that now that Yamin knows about it, he can preemptively use the metaverse and he has a layer of protection against the arrows.
Yamin just here. Okay. Gets decided, and I mean, fair. It's like he wanted to listen to some music now.
They can look at the deck once more.
The only thing that I'm starting to be concerned of is time, because I mean, there's around 20 minutes remaining on the round, and we saw and we know that both of our duelists deck requires some time to go through their combo, and
Yeah.
you know, like in such cases, sometimes like. As mentioned in game one, if you really feel like you may not be bringing this one at home, maybe sometimes it's just better to go on to game two. But yeah, I mean, Yamin is far from over because he's still continuing now and overextend this even further because now another Link monster, the Shepherd's Crook, gets summoned onto the field.
Yeah, the last hand was sent to graveyard, which means now we have a protection from targeting effects, and we can access the next phase counter trap.
And also the Pot of Prosperity, just you know, to go and look for another layer of interruption, because let's see how any monsters he wants to banish from the extra deck. Looks like it's going for 3.
Yeah, just a solemn judgment on top. Close enough. Oof. I mean, Talent and Ash are both incredible cards that I think completely seal this one. I don't see how Yuri gets out, honestly. I really don't. Yeah, makes sense. I guess Theus can go, or...
Yeah, you get rid of it. Yeah.
Theus goes, and now we are only left with the arrows and the pike.
Metaverse been set, and yeah, let's see now Yuri what he can really top decks. It really needs like some sort of miracle. It's really sitting in a tough spot, to be fair.
Yeah, it's basically down to the last 2 cards. Yamin returning this favor. And 17 minutes remain.
One card being drawn from Yuri, which I think has seen enough, and yeah, we're going into game 3. Go through your combo, and we'll soon find out what Yuri will be drawing.
Let's see, do we have the shifter? When here we see the penguin and we do not have shifter, we have a handful of spells. It's a really good one. I'm pretty sure we have double engage and droplet, which against most decks of the format would be enough to win the game, but
100%.
I don't think that is the case against Mermail.
Just like with such an opener, depending of course of what Yuri drew, he can really go for same combo we saw in game 1, which it's by itself it's just amazing. But yeah, it's just here. I mean, like looking at his hand, of course, like you can see, like he's shaking his head. He knows his hand is good, but he'll just be a witness here in what will be Yuri's turn, who's now going to have a look at Yamin's hand.
Yeah, this will be very tough. Because after siding, even more upset prone cards come in, which, for example, one of is the Warlock of the Ice Barrier. Which, for anyone who is too unfamiliar with it, says that both players, it's pretty much an anti-spell fragrance. Both players must stealth spell before activating them. And so if you resolve that card, basically all of the end from Yamin is completely useless. And I'm pretty sure we will get to that point. So very tough here for the RB player.
Here goes for the Calicant. It's just, yeah, he has a card in hand, and here comes the pike.
I mean, this is one of those situations in when your destiny is in your hands. It's just up to you not to mess up your combos, and you should be good. You know you should be good. So let's see if Yuri has done the math and the homeworks at home.
I think also here it's just a matter of if he left and has access to the Mulling Glacier, which doesn't really seem like the case. I mean, yeah, it's debating it. Like, it's totally one of the situations where you don't really want to make any mistake. Sweet. Okay, most likely
7.
7. Sorry, yeah, and you can see Yuri's just not too sure.
Yeah, taking definitely more time than he did in game 1 to combo. And again, reading his own cards.
Oh, here comes the Mulling Glacier. Okay. Must have drawn it. Let's see, game 1, these cards were decisive.
Yeah. Let's see what we get off. And it's engage and drop at pretty good ones. But again, this shouldn't matter all that much if we are able to access this Warlock of the Ice Barrier. So, let's see. Now there are about 8 minutes left in the round. The timer you see on screen should be deducted by 7 minutes, so take that in mind. That would be a fun way to end this one, where Yuri keeps playing for like 10 minutes and then it's a double loss, but I hope we won't get to see that.
Oh, oh, maybe here there was a small mistake from Yuri, which he's shaking his head because sure, like this is one of those scenarios where you basically have it all, but you don't really wanna like make any mistakes, as mentioned, because you can tell this not quite happy about his final decision.
Yeah, definitely seems like things have gone a bit south here. Yeah, there is a mandatory search here for Dragoons. who's getting a heavy infantry. This time around, we don't have to hope to hard throw it. Now going through some of the motions alongside with the judges, just want to make sure that every step was handled correctly.
Sense 3, okay.
Yeah,
Search.
the Dragoon was chain link 1, they just, fixed the order, let's say, but doesn't change much at the end. And, I mean, it is what it is, but here it seems like we are approaching the latest stage of the combo. And again, only about 4 minutes remain in the round. Trishula will take care of the RB starter in hand from Yamin, as well as a spell. And was there a pass? Wow, it's a pass. So we couldn't quite go for the combo.
Draw Shifter.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
Shifter was drawn as the 6th card. Gotta feel bad for Yamin. And now Yamin must play super fast because, again, 3.5 minutes remain, not the 11 you see on screen. And he knows that the last interruption is this shrine.
Yeah, I mean, this is gonna really be a close one.
Yeah, now it's quite surprisingly Yamin who is ahead, but can he accomplish this in 3 minutes is the big question.
Yeah, there should be around 2 minutes remaining on the round. And,
Yeah, about 2 minutes remain. What matters a lot if Yamin is aware of this, if he's maybe thought the game was already over and didn't even pay attention to these details.
Here the infantry gets discarded. Yeah. Yeah, don't get activated, brings back the pros.
Oh.
Was for Ayare.
And again, trying his best, playing out of his mind in really no time to think. Seems like he knows his line, but only 1 minute and 20 seconds remain. Can we find the line to go for game this turn? Or will we see maybe one of these two players just conceding to the other one?
I mean, playing at full speed. Let's see if Yamin can really pull this off.
About 50 seconds remain. The tension is palpable. Can Yamin make it and advance to a 5-0? There is enough damage necessary, but really not enough time. 30 seconds. He has enough. He has what it takes to make it. And now there are 15 seconds remain. And there it comes.